You're listening to Financial Advisor Marketing, the best show on the planet for financial advisors who want to get more clients without all the stress. You're about to get the real scoop on everything from lead generation to closing the deal. James is the founder of theadvisorcoach.com, where you can find an entire suite of products designed to help financial advisors grow their businesses more rapidly than ever before. Now, here is your host, James Pollard.
Jonathan, it is good to be back for another podcast episode of Financial Advisor Marketing, and this is going to be a fun one. And I was inspired to create this podcast from an article I saw floating around the web, which talked about phrases you should never use in an argument. Very interesting article there. And by the way, this is a good point that I want to share with financial advisors. Inspiration can come from anywhere. And I had a guy email me say, hey, you email every single day and I get these messages and you don't regurgitate anything. Where do you get your inspiration from? Or how are you constantly inspired to do this? And I said, well, everywhere, really. I mean, all books, all TV, and just thinking, taking walks. Like inspiration comes from everywhere. So even this podcast, hopefully I'm inspiring you with some good marketing ideas and helping you get more clients. But you can find inspiration from a lot of places. I mean, we've got a podcast episode coming up, like the next 5 or 6 episodes, I think, about business lessons you can learn from The Sopranos.
Nice.
So inspiration comes from The Sopranos. But Jonathan, we're going to take a look at this article here, and it's the phrases you should never use in an argument. And here were the phrases.
Who are you arguing with? Anybody or somebody in particular?
I think it was talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife.
I need this.
Phrases to never use when arguing with your better half. Here were the phrases. Number 1, you're acting just like your mother.
Oh, God.
Don't do that. I personally never said that one. My woman's mother. She's actually really cool. I like her a lot. If you have a girlfriend, there's Mitch Hedberg. He had a joke like, I don't have a girlfriend. I just have there's a girl that would get really upset if she heard me say that.
Nice.
So you're acting like your mother or just like your mother. Don't say that. Another thing that you shouldn't say in an argument is, I'll talk to you when you can be rational.
I think I used that one today.
Oh no, today? It's not even 11 o'clock or it's not even 12. What? Wow. Up and at him, I guess. And this just sets the bomb off even more. I've said this one. I will admit, I'll talk to you when you can be rational. Like once you get your senses together, then I'll come back and I'll talk to you when I talk like an adult. And then the big one, number 3, probably the worst, is, why are you making such a big deal over nothing?
Good God. That's the nuclear option.
The nuclear option, you sure is. And it makes it an even bigger deal. So the minute that you say, why are you making such a big deal about this? All of a sudden, the deal that you thought was gargantuan before, just wait, it just got humongous. Anyway, all this got me thinking about different phrases financial advisors should never use. And I've packaged them up and they're ready for me to instill in these advisors in podcast form. So
nice.
Let's get started. First phrase financial advisors should never use is, I've already paid my dues. And it comes from experienced advisors. And these are usually the people who don't want to grow or try anything new. And they think that just because they're making 6 figures that they can't grow. Like,
it's ridiculous. Okay.
Like, congrats. You're in the top 10% of financial advisors. Congrats. But don't you want to be in the top 1%? Or you're in the top 1%. Don't you want to be in the top 1/10 of 1%? Just growth. And it's a personal choice. At some level, it is really a personal choice. I mean, some people, honestly, they just don't want to grow. They do want to stay stagnant. And that's cool. You probably are not listening to this podcast if that's you, but it is a personal choice. If you're okay making $150,000 per year and you don't want to make $300,000, hey, that's, like I said in the last episode, hey, more power to you.
Yeah, somebody else will get that.
Yeah, let someone else do it. I'll come up. I'll get it. I'll grow. But I never think that I've already paid my dues. And I really have. Like if you look at what I've done, like I have definitely 100% paid my dues. But I don't think I have, because dues are like rent. You have to keep paying them. And rent's due. Rent's due every day. You got to keep paying them. It's successful people. What I've noticed, and I've been really fortunate to work with some of the best financial advisors on planet Earth. Working with people like you, Jonathan, a great podcast producer, high-level people. I'm subscribed to Ben Settle's Email Players newsletter. And by the way, that's a little lesson in practicing what you preach. People complain about subscribing to my newsletter. Well, I subscribe to other people's newsletter. I do it. What's the problem? His is $97 a month. I shell that thing out every month, month after month after month after month. Yep. And he's the best, in my opinion, in the world at email marketing right now, I should say. And I think he will be the best for a long, long time. And I surround myself with these people. And what I've noticed is that people like you, people like Ben Settle, amazing guy, by the way, they never feel entitled. They never feel like they've already paid their dues. They're constantly working, constantly putting out new material, constantly making strides, and constantly growing. And it's just different from the people who sit back and say, oh, I've already paid my dues. I can just coast now. Huge difference. Huge difference. Next phrase that financial advisors shouldn't use is, I don't have time.
What?
And this is a productivity issue, because when you say you don't have time, it reveals your priorities. And it bothers me. It really does. When financial advisors say they don't have time to prospect, or they don't have time to market their services, what they're really saying is that this isn't a priority for me. Or they're saying, I can't properly control my time. Marketing and prospecting shouldn't be a priority. It should be the priority. Growing your business and doing good work and making things happen, it should be the number one priority. Period, Jonathan.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. We're going to move right through this thing here. Number 3 is, I have tons of experience.
Yes.
And we talked about this in a previous episode, why your certifications don't matter, or why your experience doesn't matter, or something like that. Because your experience and your certifications, they literally do not matter as much as you think they do. And I know a lot of advisors get butthurt when I say that, but it's true. You could have 10 years of experience and still be the worst financial advisor in the world. And on the other hand, I know financial advisors who have been in the business for less than a year, like literally 6 months, and they're absolutely crushing it because they listen and follow what I teach, and they implement the stuff. That's the most important part. They implement it. They get on LinkedIn. They do the work. They go through the referral stuff. Even they don't even really have clients that they can get referrals from, but they're still going through the stuff. They're still applying the principles. They're not focused on the tactics. They're not looking for some sexy new tip. They look through the stuff. They get the fundamentals. They build their foundation, and they build their business. This stuff goes hand in hand. And the experience and the certifications don't matter as much as you think they do. But if you're, what would you rather be? Let's just take a step back. What would you rather be, Jonathan? Would you rather have 25 years of experience and be broke, or have 5 years of experience and be rich?
Hey, financial advisors. Are you ready to take your business to the next level and get more clients with less stress? I invite you to join the James Pollard Inner Circle, a paper and ink newsletter that gets delivered directly to your door every month. When you join now, you'll also get a 90-minute instant download called 5 Keys to Success for Financial Advisors, a $97 value for absolutely free. All you have to do is head over to theadvisorcoach.com/newsletter and join today.
I don't ever want to be broke, so I guess I'll just go with the 5 years and rich.
5 years and rich. Sounds like the right choice for me. And so many people think that their experience is the meal ticket. They think just because I've got 10 years of experience, or just because I've got 15 years of experience, that, again, they say, I've already paid my dues and I don't have time for this. They fall into this trap. And the people who say one of these things, they usually say 2 or 3 or all of them. And it's really just like this never-ending cyclical, like, black hole. It swallows them up. Now, number 4, fourth phrase financial advisors should never use is, we offer, I can't even say it with a straight face, we offer unbiased, objective advice that fits your needs. Mm-hmm. And there are several problems with this, but the first one is, like, thanks for clarifying, because I sure would hate to get some of that biased advice. Like,
no kidding.
You're pointing out the obvious, and this is like serving lemonade. and saying, here's your water with lemon and sugar. Like, dude, just say lemonade. You don't have to mention all this stuff. Like, yes, I'm enjoying my water with lemon and sugar. Thank you. Okay. You offer advice. I get it. And if you're offering biased, unobjective advice, like, you should be ashamed of yourself. You need to be in this business to help other people. So if you're doing that stuff, you're doing your clients dirty, as they say in the loo, just get out. We don't want you here. But the second problem with this is that everybody says it. And if you're a financial advisor who just regurgitates this stuff, we offer unbiased, objective advice that fits your needs. It's just cookie cutter, and clients see right through it.
It's meaningless, really. I mean, I don't even. When it's so bland, it's like it doesn't make an impact. So you're forgotten just like everybody else.
Yeah, and that's what happens. It really is. It's bland. Now, unbiased, objective advice. And I could probably start pulling up different financial advisor websites, and I guarantee within 10 or 20 of them, I will find that exact phrase. Like, word for word, literally right there on the homepage, we offer unbiased, objective advice. Or there's something that fits your needs. I will find it. Everybody says it. And you don't stand out. Your niche doesn't care about you as much. I mean, if you work with teachers, all you have to say is something like this. I help teachers do whatever, plan for retirement, max to 403B, like navigate life's waters or something. I don't know. But that's a heck of a lot better than the unbiased objective advice, the bland stuff that everybody says doesn't make you stand out. You just fade to black. You're just part of the crowd. So those are the 4 things that financial advisors shouldn't say, the phrases they shouldn't use. Number 1 is, I already paid my dues. Number 2, I don't have time. Like, yes, you do. Everybody's got the same 24 hours in a day. You just choose to use it a different way. If you're unsuccessful, I promise you, I guarantee that you are using your time differently than a successful person. You're using your time differently than the guy down the street from you who's making $1 million every single year, or $1 million a month. I mean, depending on the business. Number 3, I have tons of experience. Okay, move on to the next thing that doesn't matter. Number 4. The experience thing kills me, because I aside from like some emails I sent about Donald Trump back in 2016, aside from that, I don't think I have ever gotten so much hate and so many nasty grams, as some people call it, than when I did the whole experience and certifications. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was a good one. But I mean, experience doing what? Who cares? How about I have tons of results? Like, nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
Get over it.
They really don't. And it's just a truth that you have to accept. In the business world, people, like, how can I explain this? How can I put it more eloquently? So I recently went to a grocery store, and I usually don't do my shopping in person. I usually just order my groceries online, have them delivered to my door. But we were actually throwing a party, and we were out of a particular ingredient. So I had to go to the grocery store and get it because we were pressed for time. Well, when I got the ingredient, I didn't call the company and say, wait, are you guys experienced in making this? Do you have a degree in like the cooking or culinary science or whatever? Like, I need to make sure you have certifications before I buy this product. I didn't do that. I just bought the product. Why did I buy it? Because I had a need, and I wanted the result. I wanted the ingredient. So getting the ingredient was the result that I wanted. And a note about providing value. And people, I'm going to talk about this in a later podcast episode about the whole value trap. But that ingredient, the company, they didn't make me sit through a webinar first. They didn't make me get a free download or whatever. And if they did, I probably wouldn't have bought. So there's a right and a wrong way to provide value like that. But when you get right down to it, the bulk of the business world is about you providing a result for a particular type of person who wants that result, and that person, and enabling it and setting up your business in such a way where that person can easily find you, or you can find that person, vice versa. So, I mean, that's it. And like one sentence or 2 sentences or how many that was, that's really what you want to do. Now, and then number 4 is just the bland, unbiased, objective advice that fits your needs. It doesn't make you stand out at all. It doesn't really matter to anyone. So don't use those 4 things. Those are 4 specific phrases. I promised that I would give them to you in the last podcast episode. If you eliminate those 4 things from your marketing, I promise you things will be more effective and you will get more clients than you would have gotten otherwise, simply by just eliminating them. So you'll get more by doing less. And that's it for today, Jonathan.
Ta-da. How about next time?
Next time, as we've seen in this podcast, words have power. And I'm going to keep the magic going next time because I'm going to talk about different productivity tips from Bill Gates. And these words are not from me, they're from Bill Gates himself. And these productivity tips can help you become more productive. I mean, shocker, right? They help you get more done in less time. And you're learning from the multi-billion-dollar man himself, Mr. William Gates.
Ooh, looking forward to that. So another financial advisor marketing is in the can. Tune in next week for more.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.